intuition it's our sixth sense, or rather it's a bucket for all of the senses other than the five that we normally know of. Because sight functions the same for all of us. I mean, we know how it works with light hitting the retina, but intuition functions a little differently. For some people, it may be a voice inside. For others, it may be a feeling. I mean, if you ask 10 people to describe intuition, how it manifests in them, you could get 10 completely different answers. So it's rather a bucket, you could say, for all of the ways of knowing, because that's what our senses are, is just ways of us to know and interact with the outer world. So is intuition. It's just not one of the five. Intuition is also, though, a way of knowing the inner world. It's a much deeper interaction of inner world with outer world. Sometimes our intuition is just about us. We get an intuition about a career move, a relationship move, a psychological issue we've been struggling with, whatever it may be. Sometimes we get intuition about things in the world around us. We had a man here a couple of weeks ago who just did a beautiful movie on intuition, sparked by a personal experience of driving his car and suddenly out of nowhere hearing a voice that said, "Slow down." There was no one on the road. It was early morning or late at night. Green lights up ahead. But the voice was so strong and so persistent that he did slow down, only to avoid a truck or a bus or something that ran a red light in the other direction and came barreling through the intersection that would have killed him if he had been driving at normal speed. So there's a lot of different ways of experiencing intuition, but it's really important. It's certainly just as important as the other senses. I mean, if I said to you, well, do I really need to use my sight? I mean, how important is it? Well, if you don't plan to ever walk anywhere, it's not so important. But if you do plan to walk somewhere, your sight is pretty important. Keeps you from falling over, bumping into things, getting hit by cars in the street. And intuition is equally important. It's just much more subtle. And it's not a sense that we are taught from a very young age to use. And so a lot of us find ourselves later in life trying to locate that sense because we don't have a habit of using it. But it's a really important one. So find it, connect with it, use it, and trust it as much as you can.